Have you ever used an eco refill shop? What's the point of them? Why would a school host an eco refill shop? These are all questions we're going to explore today. We're in Brighton visiting Lizzie from Pupils Profit, who's going to take us to a Goldstone Primary School and Cardinal Newman, who host eco refill shops. Student-led eco refill shops provide so many opportunities to link into the curriculum and develop some key knowledge and skills and values. Let's go.
Our shop name is Squeaky Green.
Eco refill shops empower students to reduce plastic waste and learn valuable business skills by ordering stock, publicising the shop and running it, whilst also managing the wider business.
Welcome to Cardinal Newman's Refill Shop.
So hi, I'm Lizzie Gimblett, I'm founder of Pupils Profit. The Eco Refill Shop began, I'm ashamed to say, with Cherry Aid. Way back when I was the same age as the children that were being interviewed this morning, I used to take empty Cherry Aid bottles back to the newsagents and get a deposit back. And I think what that did was lodge an idea in my mind. And we've been working with schools on healthy tuck shops for over a decade. And it was shortly before lockdown that I realised that we could adapt the healthy tuck shop model and introduce a refill shop to schools and enable children to actually have some traction in what's happening with the environment and give them something practical to do. Got some funding from the GLA, and through that was able to run a pilot programme. And it was shortly after that, actually, that was very, very successful, that I got in touch with Alex Matthews at Goldstone Primary School, and we were able to take the pilot that had been locally based and turn it into something that was happening here in Brighton, in Kent, in Scarborough at the time. So it sort of went national. It's been growing ever since. We've got schools all over the UK now, Scotland, Wales, all across England. So it's been really successful. So, hello Refill with Caritas. What is the Eco Refill Shop?
It's a place where staff and students can go to refill their bottles with eco-friendly products. It's cheaper than going and buying new things, and we have bottles that we salvaged on litter picks and stuff like that if you don't have your own bottles.
Talking about the environment and how plastic affects so many different things, and by reducing it, the impact is not just on wildlife, but it's on the air that we breathe because of the carbon, and there are just many areas that plastic actually does affect. And
I know that a lot of my colleagues, this is a very eco-conscious school, and particularly with having an official role of someone like me, talking to the staff at briefings and stuff like that, everybody's trying their best. And I think because in a secondary environment, there's so much demand and so much pressure on exams and exam preparation, I think for a lot of people, you need to try and make it as easy and accessible as possible to do what you can for the environment. So I think the refill shop, what it mainly offers is an opportunity for all sorts of people to make a big difference by just not buying new plastic bottles all the time. Mm-hmm. And in addition, products that are really ethically sound in terms of, the minimal shipping involved, minimal energy used in that sense, the fact that it's a closed loop, so the empty bottles, the big 5-litre bottles, go back and get reused again.
Being able to be there and interact with several staff has definitely given me a little bit more confidence, and just knowing that I am helping the environment in some way is really fulfilling for me.
We've learned how to manage money and how to people work, so we know how to communicate with people and make it a welcoming experience to buy the shop. It's fun, and it's quite exciting when you do it, because knowing that you'll be able to do something that you don't really get to do every day, you don't really get to run a shop every day. So
more comfortable with doing maths now, and helping out, speaking to customers that we don't know.
Ofsted often talk about the personal development grade. We get quite a lot of feedback around the personal development grade, and I think, you know, children discover strengths they didn't know they had by pushing themselves and by leaving their comfort zone and by, you know, talking to adults they don't know at their monthly refill shop. If a problem happens, they can all run and hide, or they can solve it. And actually through this, what we're trying to do is build that resilience and confidence that they have it within themselves to solve problems, which... Any difference in their academic attainment through the refill shop?
Yeah, I just said academic attainment, definitely maths gets a big boost, and it gives a real life aspect to maths as well. So, but also it's the emotional side of it as well, and it's the personal side of it, the empowerment that the students get from being part of something bigger than just ordinary everyday school life, the self-confidence that develops. We've interviewed children have been interviewed today that previously probably wouldn't have necessarily talked to myself even, let alone strangers in a room. So it's just fantastic to see that growth in them, the pride they take in running a shop and feeling the self-confidence and the bloom from just being involved in a school community and working with families and carers.
But what we also know is that the customers that attend the refill shops, the refill shop is a catalyst for change in other areas. So whether it's in the supermarkets, if it's around their food choices, if it's around their transport choices, by running it every month and by sending out their ping marketing and by having a presence, that serves as the catalyst of an idea that is the beginning of change. And then we have people that are saying that they have made other changes more broadly as a result of the refill shops, which is fantastic.
I think the nicest thing for me, I think the most rewarding thing for me about working with the Eco Ambassadors is that I've had students coming through as Eco Ambassadors. I've had some students who've done it year on year. So like Liliana, as I said, this is her 3rd year as an Eco Ambassador, and she'll carry on and do it in year 11 as well. And I've had some students who've now moved on to 6th form, and they still come and talk to me about things. 2 of our 6th form boys went to a kind of eco event at Wakehurst, and one of them is doing his dissertation for geography on what he's learned about the environment through being involved as an Eco Ambassador. And I think what I've loved about it is that it allows students to shine who perhaps might not in other contexts, and they are recognised for the work they do, they are praised for the work they do, because it is so important.
If you like what you've seen today and you want to get involved, you can go on to ecorefillshop.com, and there's a very brief introductory animation. And then if you've got more questions or you want sort of further details, you can get in touch via info@pupilsprofit.com. So either of those 2 ways, and we hope to work with you.